to watch Team USA compete, but it wasn't all fun and games.
No, it wasn't. He also spent time with other city leaders studying two events which we could be hosting during the 2028 Olympic Games. News 4's John Hayes is joining us in studio with the highlights of all this. John?
Kevin, Jolene, even though the official discussion on that front is still up in the air, Mayor Holt says this was an Olympic-sized learning opportunity we certainly won't get again.
Do you still feel like this trip is beneficial regardless of the fact that Oklahoma City isn't locked in as hosting these two events?
Well, we have to prepare. I mean, if we are hosting this is the biggest event in Oklahoma City history.
Mayor David Holt making the case for a days-long trip to Paris to watch two Olympic water sports.
It's worth a few days of my time.
Holt says canoe slalom and kayak cross were the focus, the latter making its Olympic debut.
It's a very different style from what we're used to. So I thought it got a lot of buzz, especially in the American sports media.
Fingers and paddles crossed that both will get the green light to ride the rapids to the metro. Holt says he used his senses to get an expectation of how strong of a current we could be in for.
They had stands that seated over 10,000 and they filled them. It's a lot of walking, and people will have to know that. You know, it's not going to be the same level of convenience like how people might think they can pop into a Thunder game 10 minutes before tip-off.
And of course, the trip wasn't all fun and games, with business to discuss.
We met with LA 28. We met with city officials from Los Angeles. I met Thomas Bach, the head of the International Olympic Committee. It was valuable from that perspective as well.
With I's dotted and kayaks crossed, the ball in LA's court as we wait for what could make a splash in history.
We're patient. We've been working on this for years, so we can wait a few more weeks for sure.
And Holt says it's important to note the LA City Council went on a month-long recess right after that announcement was made back in June. We've reached out to get a better idea on when this could be ironed out, but we haven't heard back.
So actually, I went over this over a month ago, and it's not set in stone. You could be one of the hosts. Oklahoma City could be one of the hosts for them two events. Nothing's been signed on it. I hope you guys get it, though. You'll have the softball and you'll have the slalom. But yeah, when they first announced talking about it, I did go live about it. I mean, we can go back and look. Let's see here. We go back. Looky here a month ago.
Casey, as the chief executive for LA 28, you always look for milestones. And this past week was a big milestone because we found out where some of the big events are going to be, which I know got a lot of attention in not just Southern California, but around the country.
Well, it's exciting to finally share with the world what we've been working on, because the last time we talked about it was when we were still a bid city. And so to now tell the world about swimming at the stadium in Englewood, or what the track will look like at the Coliseum, gymnastics coming to where the Lakers play. And by the way, our move of softball and canoe kayak to Oklahoma City, truly a fun day to release to the world.
And not just the venues, also the calendar is going to look different because we're so used to the cadence of swimming in that first part of the Olympics, the second part track and field. It'll be different in Los Angeles.
Well, one of the byproducts of putting two swimming pools in SoFi and then having opening ceremonies there is you gotta uncover them and get ready. So we flipped the calendar. It hasn't been done since before 1972. It actually used to be flipped. And we think it's a great way to showcase both sports, to start really with an incredible athletics event here. And then swimming at SoFi will be, I think, unlike any event ever seen.
When we look at the summer games, it'll be 32 years between the prior summer games in Atlanta. So obviously 4 years away, there's going to be a lot of buildup. As you get a little bit closer, what are the things between now and then that you'll be looking for to build that momentum that the games really, after more than a generation, are coming back, the summer games, to the U.S.?
Well, the first day is when you go off the air August 11th. We go from planning to it's our turn, from the on deck circle to the batter's box, so to speak. So that's probably our first big, it's our turn now. And over those next 4 years, whether it's other venues we'll announce, continue to engage with the federations about how we can showcase their sports the best way. Obviously, then we have a Winter Olympics, which is sort of the next iteration. And then things like this, the trials. I mean, the trials are really getting ready for what Team USA is going to be and the whole world's team. And then, we're 1,482 days from opening ceremonies, if anybody's counting. But it is going to go quick, and we couldn't be more excited. And the other thing that's interesting about LA is when you don't have to build venues, so much of your preparation is towards the very end. So it's going to be a lot at the very end.
We can't wait. We're looking forward to it. Casey, great seeing you. We'll see you in Paris.
Nice to see you.
Anyway, like I was saying, like when I first saw it, maybe it was June. I don't know. We'd have to go look at my previous, but I think it'd be cool. If you have not ever been to the softball stadium for the tournament, that's pretty cool. And the reason they're picking there is because it'll hold so much more people than any place in Los Angeles will hold. So good luck to you guys. There's also, you guys got a fair coming up. We got a fair coming up in September. You got a fair coming up. But if you have children and you're one of them parents that use the fair to babysit your kids, guess what? Won't happen this year. You got a new rule coming. I personally think it's a good rule. So
last year, there was a shooting here at the Bennett Event Center in the middle of the fairgrounds on the last weekend of the fair. They say the minor who brought the gun in never went through a gate, so they're putting more patrols outside, but they'll also have a curfew for anyone under 18.
We waited for the after-action report that we get from Oklahoma City Police. Most of the problems that we and anybody else in the fair business has seen has been with juveniles.
Kids unaccompanied at the state fair.
It's an unfortunate situation, but that's the norm.
Organizers say it
Babysitters are
won't
over.
happen in the evenings this year.
We're constantly looking and trying to upgrade our safety and security protocols. We take our lead from other fairs and festivals around the country.
This year, anyone under 18 will have to be with someone over 25 after 5 p.m.
Quite frankly, a lot of fairs and festivals have been doing this for quite a few years. We just haven't felt the need.
The change prompted by a shooting on the final weekend of 2023's fair. But that's not the only change.
We will be patrolling the exterior perimeter of the fence better this year. We'll be lighting it up. We'll actually have people out there.
They're planning a safer perimeter since the shooter in last year's incident didn't get in through one of the gates.
There's certainly a lot more to what we're doing than I'm able to say on camera because we don't want to show our hand.
The Oklahoma State Fair starts next month, Thursday, September 12th. In Oklahoma City, Colby Terrell, KOCL 5 News.
I agree, girly girl. I definitely agree. And then let's see here. Yeah, listen, they pretty much shut down all of our skating rinks due to the fact that parents just use it as a babysitting place. We had a lot of shootings at our roller rinks. Cops were attacked, big old riots. So yeah. If you're one of them parents that just drops your kids off everywhere, shame on you. It's just sad. Yeah, it'd be nice if they do it for the water park, and they might start doing it for the water park. I know the one in Norman. Oh, I'm not talking Whitewater. I'm talking about the one that's over in Norman by the high school, like right around the corner, because my daughter lives over there. I don't know how many fights we saw at that water park. Parents need to start, for one, being more involved with their kids, and for two, quit expecting everybody else to babysit their kids. It's not safe for your kids. It's not safe for your kids either. Say you're there with your kids, and you got two kids, and one wants to go down a slide, and the other one wants to go on the lazy river, and you're one person. Okay? And the next thing you know, your kid gets jumped while you're over with the other kid. Like, come on now. Well, you won't be living next. Actually, oh my gosh, let's see if I can find it. It was crazy. And it was, no, it was Olympian Skate Center. Let me show you this video. This was not too long ago, this last winter. Wichita. This was crazy if I can find it. Oh, crap. If I could find it if I would have did the YouTube. Listen, I've been going through hella paperwork today. From the beginning of this case, I've decided I'm going all the way back. All the way back. All the way back to the beginning. Way back. Not that I think that it has a bearing on what caused the unalivings of Jillian and Veronica. The day before Easter. But just because I feel like I want to go all the way back. I want to know absolutely every single thing now. Every single case, anything that involves any of them, I want to know. So that's what I've been doing. And I will continue to do it. I'm going to read every bit of it. I guess it was a year ago. It seemed longer. I want to find the video. I want to show you guys this video. I'm looking for the video. It is crazy. And when this fight broke out, there was also a huge wreck outside. So the cops couldn't make it to what was basically a riot going on. I don't know if this will show it or not, but there was a bad wreck involving a police officer. And with that, the other police could not get to the riot. It was crazy. Now this is disturbing in some parts, so I guess it'll be in the way you look at it. I think kids nowadays, they don't have any respect for police, so I probably have a different opinion than most of you are going to have about this. So, but we're going to play it anyway. Let me get that. That's a fly that's driving me crazy. Exactly. Kid shouldn't have been allowed to put his hands on that cop. Yeah, it was crazy. Check this out. Let's see which one it was. And it got crazier, but let me get you to Mark Bennett. Here we go. We had a few cars smashed in the middle of downtown, some riots going on. It was some crazy shit over this incident.
I've been asked to
This is our DA.
discuss the situation at the roller rink on New Year's Eve. The Sheriff's Department investigated this at the request of the Wichita Police Department. Would you shut that, Kelly? The investigation was completed and sent over to me end of last month. I had one other question that I needed resolved that I got answers to last Thursday night. The recitation is here in terms of the facts. They're not particularly complicated. The young lady went to the skating rink. She'd been there for a couple hours. The skating rink has a policy that says when you arrive, you either have to have your own skates or you have to be able to rent skates from them. Otherwise, they don't want kids in there just walking around.
No loitering, basically.
She was able to get skates, but her boyfriend arrived, like I said, a couple hours after she did. They were out of skates his size, and so he was not allowed in. She had a verbal and pretty emotional reaction to this, made some threatening comments, made some disruptive comments, and she was asked to leave the facility. There were 3 off-duty officers, 2 male, 1 male that evening, who were there at the facility. The female and one of the males, who was not the subject of the later interaction with the boyfriend, we'll get to here momentarily, but a female officer and a male officer then escorted her out of the skating rink. So you have a sense of the place. There is a lobby, and then at the lobby is like a teller window, like you'd see a movie theater kind of thing. There's a plexiglass, I guess it is, and then under that is where the money changes hands. Then on either side are doors. You go in one, you come out the other, and so that's the lobby. Interior of the rink then is where she was. To her credit, she took off her skates and began to walk toward the exit doors. As she got to the door, there's a place where employees can go back behind the counter. She took a step behind the counter toward where the manager was, made some threatening comments again about I want my money back or else. The officers at that point tried to reach out to her. A bit of an altercation ensued. She started to go down. There was a kick made toward the female. They get her up, take her out then the door. Now we're into the lobby. There is surveillance cameras. There were surveillance cameras from inside the rink area. You can't see much of this. You do see her walking out, but right when she gets to the doors, it's pretty well out of view. And there's no cameras that are viewing the lobby area. You do get some sense of things from, like there's an overhead camera looking over the manager's head as she's at the counter window, but you really can't see things beyond that. They get out into the lobby. The female officer either lets go or loses her grip on the girl. Juvenile female, maybe it's a matter of perception, but either takes a swing at or sort of flails her arm to get away from whatever. Her hand is going toward the officer. The officers then at that point would take her into custody for disorderly conduct. They begin to take her down. The female officer is trying to put cuffs on her, and she's not having much success. The male officer, a different male officer now has come in, and he is at her feet, the girl's feet, and trying to help calm or get her under control enough to get the cuffs on her. 4 employees of the rink, 2 kids who stuck around and talked to the cops, 1 parent who was dropping their kids off at the door, and you could see the whole thing through the glass doors that lead outside, as well as the 2 officers. So about 9 different witnesses all described that what happened next is the boyfriend, who had been outside and not allowed in, sees his girlfriend being arrested, hears her rather vocal, upset at the situation, comes running into the building and begins to punch the male officer in the back of the head. He then reacts And it's around that time that the kids begin to start using their phones to record. The officer takes 2 swings, misses the young man the first time, hits him the second. The kid, really unfazed, is up on his feet again. You've seen it at that point. I can describe it for you, but you've seen it. But what the officer was interviewed and said what he was thinking was, it's a room full of teenagers. The female still doesn't have control. Female officer still doesn't have control of the young lady. There are escalating steps that officers are taught. Verbal commands, obviously, the number one, or the lowest. Pardon me. Second would be something like pepper spray, where there's no fists, but that's the next least in terms of the escalation. Then there's like a baton or some blunt force instrument. The next would be, unless I'm missing something here, like a stun gun. I will say parenthetically, as an off-duty officer, he did not have a stun gun. That was not issue. That's not something they carry with them when they're off duty. And then obviously the last thing you could do is lethal force. And so what he was thinking is, I don't want to keep fighting this kid. I got a room full of teenagers. I got a female officer who's not have the juvenile female under control. I'm going to use my least restrictive, least aggressive form of force here, and I'm going to push the kid away from me. So he throws him, pushes him across the foyer lobby, and then pepper sprays him. So the considerations here are what I do. I'll say right off the bat, the female officer, there's no exposure to any criminal liability to her whatsoever. She was behaving as she's supposed to. The young woman was making threats and took a swing at her, and they had every right to arrest her. The only question is whether the male officer could be charged with something. I will say that the young man was not injured. The only question would be a misdemeanor battery if he would be charged with that. There's a statute that didn't get mentioned in anything thus far that's been on the books since forever, and it's one that starts this analysis, and that is 215229. It's resisting arrest. It says a person is not authorized to use force to resist an arrest which such person knows is being made either by a law enforcement officer or by a private person summoned and directed by a law enforcement officer to make the arrest, even if the person arrested believes that the arrest is unlawful. And there's a reason for this. If I walk up and I say, I know who you are, you're Jim Smith, I recognize you, you got active warrants. You're like, no, you got the wrong guy. There's a legal process to go through to figure that out. But the option of physically fighting with the cops is not, it's illegal. And so I will say that I've had from a purely legal analysis, the young man coming in by all accounts and punching the officer in the back of the head was an illegal act on his part. It then triggers the officer's ability, like anyone would have, to defend himself. So you look at self-defense, and whenever we're looking at self-defense in this state, you all know, at least you do now, that we have self-defense immunity, which has been commonly referred to over and over again now as stand your ground, but it's simply self-defense immunity. And for me to charge somebody who's acting in self-defense, I have to be able to establish, number one, that what they did was, so the steps are this, were they acting in self-defense? And if so, to be able to charge them and overcome an immunity motion, I have to be able to establish that what they were doing was not reasonable. And so in this particular case, the young man punching the cop in the back of the head triggered the response from the officer. The punches, the throwing, pushing him away, there's no way I could say that was objectively unreasonable. And the standard really is a reasonable person. Could I show that a reasonable person would not have reacted that way? I think reasonable minds could disagree about the propriety of the way the officer acted, which means it is not decidedly an established not to be in a reasonable reaction. The young man then turns, and depending on who you ask and how they perceive things and where they come from and their perspective on things. The young man's reaction to the officer was either standing down and doing nothing, or bracing himself, or getting in a fighting position. I've heard all three to describe what was all one act. Has a lot to do with how one perceives this sort of thing. But did the officer have to use his pepper spray? Was it the right thing to do? Could he have done something different? All of these questions get thrown around in these things. All of that's very interesting. But from my point of view, as a prosecutor, I have to be able to establish that whatever the answer to those questions is, can I establish that what the officer did was, as a matter of law, not reasonable? And I can't. And so I'm not charging the officer with one count of misdemeanor battery for the interaction with the young man. I will say that I got all this information on the 27th, 28th of January, and I reviewed it. The law is very clear on this point. The resisting arrest statute is not, it doesn't equivocate. You cannot run up and punch cops while they're doing their job. I know this has garnered some interest. That's why you're all here. I would caution you, and normally I would say I'm done. Thank you very much. What questions do you have? I'm going to add a little bit more here, and I'll be a little cryptic. I've really struggled with what I'm about to say or how to say it, and I'm not going to say much, but I had some inkling that there was more going on with at least the young lady that night, and it's not something is appropriate to share with the public. But I'm trying to be as transparent as I can without crossing a line. She had been through what I think would only be described as a traumatic situation that had nothing to do with cops, wasn't even in Wichita, wasn't at the skating rink. It was something in her private life leading up to this that very much colors, I think, what she did, how she reacted, and why her boyfriend was trying to defend her. I understand it. And so when you're making decisions about tonight to play the video, please take some, and I'm talking about media now, please take some caution in any portion of this that involves listening to or seeing her and what's going on with her and the female officer. I guarantee you, if you knew the rest of the story, you would be very cautious about that. So if you're thinking that ain't much to go on, the answer is you're damn right it's not. And that's what you're going to get from me. Any questions?
Oh. You charging him with anything?
Who?
The boy?
I'll take care of that for the same. I'll be as cryptic about that as I'm about the girl for the same reasons.
I didn't quite understand the part where you said it sounded like that altercation where she was like in the booth, and then you said female kicked out a female. What was
So she, the young woman you're talking about, she was in the, we'll call it the inner portion of the skating rink. She made a threat. She wanted her money back, etc. So they're walking her out, and as they're getting to the door, she takes a step toward behind the counter, makes a threatening comment to the manager again about wanting her money back. That's when the officers sort of grab her and start to take her out. She ends up going down. She kicks at the female officer. They get her back to her feet, get her out. The other male officer comes in. I'm trying to say this without being too repetitive, but it's now the same female officer, but a new male officer now in the lobby. And that's what, then you pick it up from there. Does that help clarify?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
I guess I'd try to touch a little more on the boy getting charged. I mean, is that something that people are going to expect to see here in the future?
We're going to work something out with him. He's going to have some consequences, but I'll reach out through counsel and figure that out.
Now, the reason why you're working out something with him, is that because of the background that you kind of just mentioned,
Yes.
knowing the full scope of the situation?
Everything is in context.
Is the officer who was put on the desk previously that?
I'll have to defer. I don't have anything to do with policy and how the police department handles their people, so I'm just looking at the criminal component, and I'll defer those questions to the police department.
Is there any lawsuit going?
No idea. And it wouldn't have any effect on my decision. My decision would have no effect on it.
You mentioned there could be consequences. Do you know what those potential consequences could be?
I do.
Are you willing to share that?
I'm not. And again, have I ever answered questions like this in 10 years? No. I'm being cryptic for a reason. And only as to the kids, not as to the cop. I'm not withholding a thing as to the cop.
You talked about like that a reasonable person could say that he was acting self-defense. You said for a cop on somebody wasn't a cop. He was off duty.
He's a cop. I mean, why is he there in a uniform wearing a badge? He's a cop. That's the distinction without a difference.
Just to be clear, what were the exact charges that this officer potentially faced?
Misdemeanor battery.
Nothing more?
And you said was there anything that wasn't out? Can you walk through a little bit what wasn't on video that basically everybody saw happened before that?
So I walked you through the fact that she said she was, she threatened, tried to.
I'm sorry, with him.
So she's on the ground, female cops trying to cuff her, male cops at the girl's feet. And then the witnesses say the boy comes in from outside and begins to punch the officer in the back of the head. I don't know how many times there people were not on the same page, but a couple of times in the back of the head when the officer reacted. And around, as best I can tell, cop reacts as they gets to his feet. That's when the cameras come on. So,
Did he have any injuries from being hit?
I'm not aware that either of them had any lasting injuries. There's probably some redness, but
Were the parents ever contacted?
I don't know how to answer that question because of sure. I'll leave it at that.
One of the parents claimed that she was not allowed access to her child when taking the JIAC until 4 hours later. Confirm that was the case.
I cannot. I don't know whether there were or not. That's not part of my review. I review the criminal component of a case.
You were saying the stand your ground. What's like the latest with that at the state level? Is there
Law hasn't changed.
Okay.
And again, the officer was acting in self-defense. Period. Paragraph. My words on the stand your ground get filtered through people's interpretation. The officer's acting in self-defense. He just is. You don't have a right to punch a cop in the back of the head, and he has a right to defend himself. For me to charge him, I would have to be able to establish that what he did was not reasonable. I cannot do that. Call it stand your ground, call it self-defense, call it what, there's no step forward on a charge here.
What would typically the boy face for what he did?
Misdemeanor battery of a law enforcement officer.
His would be too.
Yeah. No, the great aggravator about things like that happen when you have weapons or when somebody really gets injured. You punch, you break a nose, No one was injured here. Everything we're talking about is in the misdemeanor range, no matter who is being assessed.
It sounds like what you're saying. It's going to be whatever you work out with him is going to be less severe than that.
Sorry, I've got a cough, guys. Sorry. Okay.
Chief, are you willing to take any?
I'll make a statement.
I mean, how long has the officer been on the force?
So, but I'm good. Thank you.
I'm just making a quick statement. Sorry. So thank you. First of all, I want to thank Sheriff Jeff Easter and his staff for conducting a comprehensive investigation. I want to thank our district attorney for reviewing the case and determining that there was no criminal element here. Therefore, I also want to thank all of you for your restraint, your patience, and your professionalism. I know you have a lot of questions, but as you can see, and as I promised, there's a process that we have to go through. And now we are 2/3 of the way through that process. And now that the district attorney has eliminated the possibility of criminal charges, the administrative investigation by the Wichita Police Department Professional Standards Bureau will now begin. And at the conclusion of that, I will make a statement, at which time I will take questions, and I'll be able to answer the questions, the majority that you're unfortunately looking for answers from me today. But because it is an active Professional Standards Bureau investigation, I will not be taking any questions today or making any further statements. Thank you.
You won't say how long he's been on force, the officer.
I'm not going to make any further statements.
Do you have a time frame?
I don't. I don't.
I don't think he's arrogant. I think that anymore, people think the swimming pools, the skating rinks, the fair is their babysitter for their kids. So if you didn't see that video at the beginning, you need to go back and watch it. Because it was straight up not good. You're going to tell me you're going to allow your child to act that way?
Has a lot to do with
And
how
listen, Mark Bennett's right. The way they did that, as far as when they started filming it, they didn't film the whole thing.
Teenager against a wall, then spraying him with pepper spray. The press conference wrapping up in the last 45 minutes. Mally Jones was there. Mally, what did they say?
Alexis, many emotions here today. There was anger, frustration.
These people, and then they want to get up there and
Tonight, community members are speaking out about a video that has been going around on social media showing a fight between a Wichita police officer and teen. KSN's Mally Jones joins us with what community leaders and family have to say about what happened in that video.
Alexis, there was a room full of people with high emotions saying they want to see that officer be held accountable. On New Year's Eve, Roller City had an event and they hired 2 off-duty officers. That's where this all happened.
Y'all don't know how hard it is right now to be up here, to even be sane enough.
Michaela Day among the many people speaking out about the violence involving her son. Police report a teen girl was causing a disturbance at Roller City. She was asked to leave, but police say she refused and tried to hit an officer. That's when Day's son got involved, hitting a second officer in the back of the head, which led to a fight caught on video showing the officer hitting, pushing, and pepper spraying the teenage boy. Mayor Whipple believes Wichita is too good of a city for this to happen.
He did not have his arms up. He did not have an aggressive stance. He was not squaring up. He was not defensive. He was just in shock.
Chief Joe Sullivan says that officer is doing administrative duties while they investigate, but community members say that's not enough.
Firing and taking away benefits is an
Yeah, let's defund the police. Let's go there again. This was horrible. This is not very far from my daughter's house. This also, it's not this car, but there was a PD wreck right outside. I want to show you that fight again. Let's see here. Here's the fight again. You want to bring your kids acting this way? Seriously? Of course, they didn't get all the video. The DA did. There's more video too, with the female officer trying to take the girl down. Anyway, So, do I think your fair is making the right decision? Absolutely. Shouldn't don't just be able to drop your kid off at the fair to make a muck, run amok. That's all they're doing is running amok anymore. And the girl was fighting the female officer. There was a lot you guys didn't get to see. But that kid came up and hit the male officer 3 times in the back of the head is what it came down to. And he did go back after him. But what are you supposed to do? Like Mark Bennett said, you know, you got your stand your ground law. Yeah, piss poor parenting skills. You know, nothing makes me madder than to take my grandkids to, say, Derby Water Park, and we're going to have a good time, and there's nothing but a bunch of thugs that their parents has just dropped off as a babysitter. Listen, be lucky I'm not voting for your kids to go to school all year long. They wouldn't even have a summer vacation if it was up to me. That's how far out of control the world's gotten. They go to school. We'd be as smart as the Chinese because they go to school all year round. Kids would be going to school all year round around me. If I was the mayor and I was running it. So, I don't know. I don't know how many of you. I saw Girly Girl said, I'm glad my young ones are raised. Well, you still got grandkids that's having grandkids. So, that's where I'm at. I've got grandkids. And I'm not okay with it. I mean, hell, we used to walk 7 miles to town to go to the skating rink, to go places. You can't even do that anymore. Times have changed. Why is that? Maybe parenting has changed, you think? Think parents has gotten a little too busy? I'm not saying you here. I'm saying in general. You know, I went to my granddaughter's graduation at Norman. They had it at the, man, what is the stadium there for the basketball there? I know the name of it. But anyway, the OU Stadium. You know, I videoed 3 fights at that graduation, and I'm talking parents fighting. It was crazy. And I said, I'm never going to another graduation in Norman, Oklahoma ever again. So, listen. Y'all got to get control of your kids. And I can honestly tell you how many times I've just dropped my kids off somewhere. And my oldest one's 34. Lloyd Noble Center, thank you, yes. Been to many games there. Never saw any fights during the games, but I damn sure did at graduation. It was the craziest shit I've ever seen. And if you're not there to control your kids, you don't know how they're going to act up. Not only that, do you care enough about your kids that these other parents are just dropping their kids off to run amok? You really want that to happen? You know, we had a place here in Wichita called Joyland, and it's kind of like Frontier City. And me and the girls went there one night. It was something for school, and we went there one night. I don't ride roller coasters or not stuff like that. And my oldest daughter, she's a big girl. She's a big girl. And anyway, she got off the train or the roller coaster, and 3 girls jumped her, and she was fighting them. Of course, I went over and got in the middle of them, and she said, they spit on me. I said, what? She said, look, yeah, they spit on me while I was in the ride. I said, oh, hell no. Hell no. Anyway, the cops came. These little kids were running around. I'm going to call my auntie. I said, you call your auntie, you call your uncle, you call every damn body because you're going to need every damn one of them when I'm through. It was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. And the cops were like, let me walk you to the car. I said, no, you ain't walking me to my car. You can walk the kids to the car, but you ain't walking me to my damn car. Parents got to start straightening up, taking care of your damn kids. So I don't see it getting any better anytime soon. It's sad. Sad, yes, the Wacky Shack. I do remember the Wacky Shack. Actually, the carousel and the piano guy is actually at Baltic. But I've already told you who my grandpa was, so. But another one of my relatives ran Botanica Gardens, and Botanica Gardens was able to get the carousel and the piano guys. So I was a lifeguard 2 summers in high school. So many parents would drop their kids off at open, and then they'd be there all day until close or later. No money for snacks. Yeah, this is crazy. Awful. Awful, awful, awful. You know, you say wait to have kids, but it just don't happen that way. I stick up for my kids, let me tell you what, but you don't see me dropping them off anywhere either. If they went roller skating, I went roller skating with them. So, I mean, how safe do you feel dropping your kids off at anything anymore? So this is, I don't understand it. Yeah. Oh, Joyland's long gone. Long gone. Oh yeah. Listen, I was ready to fight the aunties and the uncles and everybody they was ready to bring. How dare somebody spit on my kids? Hell to the no. My uncle used to work summers at Joyland. Anyway, can you imagine Joyland being open now? And I wonder, I bet you, honestly, because Wichita, actually Kansas in general, tends to do a lot of what other states do. Ain't gonna bother my ass if they make it where kids at the fair have to be with parents after 5 o'clock. You know, sorry, but you might miss your football games because you're taking the kids to the fair. You're not just gonna drop them off. It's just crazy. If anybody in today's world is just dropping their kids off at the skating rink, at the fair, wherever you're going, hold on just a second. Okay, there. Sorry, that was my daughter. Anyway, you don't just drop the kids off. So I care about my kids more than that. I care about my grandkids more than that. I'll sit my ass there with them. Okay, you're lucky. Listen, I know people that's had kids at 14 years old. I know people that's had kids at 15, 16. Shit happens. Well, one of our malls shut down. Town West Mall shut down. Town East is pretty much done for too. What they did is they went to the open malls now, to where these kids can't gather up. I mean, even going to the mall here in Kansas, in Wichita, the Town East Mall, you won't catch me there. Why do you think JCPenney's is going out of business? You got stores like the Under Armour outlet, Maurice's, all these other stores that's outside malls. They're the ones making the money because ain't nobody trying to get stuck in a building with a whole bunch of gangbangers or hoodlums or whatever, whether they bleed white, black, green, purple, or yellow. It's too dangerous. I mean, I don't want any of you to be calling me saying, hey, You know, my kid's in the hospital because I dropped him off at the skating rink and they got the shit beat out of him. Like, bad idea. I was 16. It was 12 days when my firstborn came along. I was a very strict parent too. My kids will tell you. They can tell you on one hand everywhere they ever spent the night. But listen, I grew up in a law enforcement family. I grew up knowing what was going on around me. My parents didn't have their head in the sand. They knew exactly what the hell was going on. And they weren't going to let me be a part of it. Now, I was going to bring something back up. You know, I've talked about your superintendent there in Oklahoma City. He seems to be a pretty good guy, but I did see this today. And I will say, listen, I say a lot about Oklahoma because I found out a lot about Oklahoma. But I will say, as far as Oklahoma and the Open Records Act, they have got to be the state that is on top of that. They are straight on top of the Open Records Act. And I think that's why Texas County don't wear the body cams, because the Attorney General enforces the Open Records Act, and I like it. But let me show you here.
Letter from July, Drummond even said his own office struggled to get in touch with the Department of Ed regarding those requests. Walters telling the AG's office he had inherited a backlog from the previous administration, despite having been in office for nearly 2 years now. This was the letter sent on July 16th by Oklahoma Attorney General Gettner Drummond. Drummond telling Superintendent Ryan Walters he had received, quote, an alarming number of complaints from media organizations claiming unanswered open records requests. Drummond continued, noting that his office has also struggled to contact staff at the Department of Education, that at times the AG's office has been ignored. Drummond calling OSDE's inaction unacceptable.
Right there.
Drummond making clear that Walters, the agency, and his staff could face civil litigation or criminal liability if they don't answer the requests. About a month later, on August 9th, Walters responded, but pointed the finger at the previous OSDE administration, claiming the records department was understaffed when he took office and faced a backlog. Now he says he is hiring additional staff to not only address those delays, but meet the increased demand for open records. Walters also arguing that his staff has maintained contact with the AG's office. OSDE issuing a statement this evening telling me OSDE has been inundated with requests, far in excess of previous administrations, that in 2023, there were more requests in the last 2 years of the last administration combined. Walters going as far to accuse the media of weaponizing the open records process. Reporting live in the newsroom, I'm Andy Weber, KOCO 5 News.
That you guys got that going for you. Definitely got that going for you. The Open Records Act. And again, that tells me exactly why your sheriffs aren't wanting to wear body cams, because your state adheres to the Open Record Acts and they supply. Strict too. Yeah, most of the malls are closed down. Listen, it don't matter whether you had your kid when you're 15 or if you had your kid when you're 30. When they hit the age of their teens, you don't just drop them off somewhere to be babysitted somewhere else. Too much is going on out there in life. And it's mostly not good. That's how I feel about it. But I remember when all that happened at the skating rink. Listen, I haven't had time anymore as far as because of this case, but I listen to the scanner all the time, and I usually know what's going on all around me. And I was listening to the scanner that night, and the craziness that was going on was so crazy. And man, it could have been so much worse. There was parents trying to get in there to fight. I mean, there's a lot of video y'all didn't get to see. I'll just tell you that. Hey, WSU Kim Mom. Good to see you. Honestly, system in jail and communication, notebooks, etc., is being delved into. I will likely not hear any update, but I do trust it will stop. Yeah, well, it's pretty much been confirmed that she does have a cell phone. Like, we're talking Hotel Guyman now. Like, they're living it up. No one should let their kids spend the night anywhere except maybe grandma's. It's the people you would least expect that are the offenders sometimes. They are too important to chance that. Well, I will straight up tell you that 2 of my kids was raped at my mom's house from my nephew. So, I'm not even sure that relatives' houses are the safest place either. So, I tried to be a belligerent grandma, paying attention to where all the kids are. And it ain't like when I was growing up, all of us kids, we all got together, we had a sleeping bag and a pillow. Laid on the floor, didn't worry about playing hanky-panky with our cousins and shit. It's not the way it is anymore, man. It's sad. Very sad. Yeah, you gotta just listen. Especially if you're in law enforcement, you know what's going on out there. If you're doing a job like a couple of people we have in here, where you're going to these homes, foster homes and stuff, listen, there's a lot of kids out there running amok. So, yeah, mine too. I know I watch my house like a hawk too. And we always had kids staying the night. And most of the time, I didn't sleep. And I'm not even going to lie. We had cameras in the living room. We had cameras everywhere. But, when you have a bunch of girls that you're raising, that tends to have a bunch of boys coming over. But they wasn't getting away with shit. But, now that they've gotten older, some of the stories they tell me that they did get away pisses me off. I ain't even going to lie. They stole my truck. They drove it all the way to Goddard. And I'm a light sleeper. Like, when they tell me shit they did get away with, oh, it pisses me off. It pisses me off. So hopefully, if younger people are paying attention, you're paying attention to the fact that what's going on out there when you're not around, even if you're there, shit's still going to happen. But what's going on out there when you just drop your kids off at the pumpkin patch, even at the pumpkin patch, or at these damn Halloween, go to the Halloween haunted houses. It's not any good. You gotta pay attention. So I've been messing around with YouTube today a little bit. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm fed up. I am fed up with all the drama. I'm so tired of the drama. I want to get justice for Jillian and Veronica. But the drama is really starting to piss me off, to the fact that I'm almost willing to take my page and make it members only. And I'll pay for the members because I can set it on whatever price I want. And then guess what? You little fancy asses in the back, you won't see shit. You won't see a damn thing that I do. Is that what you want? Since you want to cause so much drama? I'll just do members only and I'll pay for the members. And then you won't ever see anything I do. You won't know what the hell I'm doing. Then I'll just go on Discord Live. I'll do Discord Live when I'm traveling. They can watch it that way. That's how pissed I am. That's how tired of the bullshit I am. WSU Mom Kim. Oh, my childhood was amazing too. My cousins, my people. I'm sorry about your girls. Fostering was the most beautiful and saddest at times. I would do it again. We have a lot of foster parents in here. We sure do. Just listen, the world ain't the same. I used to crawl out the doggy door and hang out with my friends all night. Hell, I used to crawl out the window and climb over the electric fence. But listen, consequences are not the same either. These people think they can do what they want, and the consequences aren't adding up to what they're doing. And yeah, so yeah, Scout, let's get back to this because listen, I am struggling. I'm struggling very hard with these family members. Like, for one, they act like their kid is the only one that something happened to. And just the way the family's getting involved in doing shit, you done pissed me off. I will say that. You've done pissed me off. And I am going through every single drop of paperwork that I can find from the beginning of these kids being born, as far as Wrangler and Veronica's kids, all the way up to what happened that day. And I am going to go through every damn bit of it. Every bit of it. Then I'm not holding shit back either. I got a message from the aunt last night that said, please quit having people send me death threats. Bitch, I ain't sent nobody sending you death threats. Y'all need to just go do your thing and let justice work out. But let's continue to do our investigations and stay the hell out of it. That's where I'm at with that. And I have struggled with it all day long. You already know I don't make money on YouTube, and I don't want to make money on YouTube. But I am not putting up with the bullshit no more. Period. Not going to happen. You're not going to stop me from getting justice for Jillian and Veronica, but you sure the hell ain't going to know what the hell I'm doing or what's going on or what I find out. That's where you pitched me to. WSU Kim Mom. I had 5 boys and 2 girls. We had the princess rule. I've been known to toss a fella or 20, even a girl. We have to talk to them. So educate our kids. Knowledge is power. A voice is glorious. That's right. And see, and then they start calling my phone knowing that listen, you're going to get blocked. That's what you're going to do. You're going to get blocked. And I don't usually block anybody. I don't like to block people on my phone, but you're going to get blocked. You obviously know I'm live, and you're going to start calling me. And that ain't even the dummy phone. I was stupid and gave you my real phone number, so. I'm going to have to really listen. I'm leaning way far into the members only. Yeah, I mean, so what's the point in calling me right now? Listen, guys, I don't want to be that bitch. I don't want to be that bitch. I ain't felt good. And then I go live for you anyway. Then I got people coming on here with stupid shit. Listen, there's a lot of skeletons out there. And I'm not talking dead bodies. I'm sure there's a lot of dead bodies out there that we're going to be uncovering. But there's a lot of skeletons out there that went on in this case. And, man, I'm telling you. Quit bringing up old shit, because when you start bringing up old shit, like that video that didn't even have Granny in it, you're opening yourself up for a lot of problems. Because all the shit comes out. All the DCF shit, everything comes out. So, I suggest you tone your shit down. Because you ain't going to be knowing what the hell I'm doing. And listen, I've been reading all day long. I've been doing FOIA requests. Listen, if you only saw the stack of papers I got, I'll just tell you that right now. Let's see here. I defer. And I mean, the messages I get, even on this damn burner phone. How about you go back to thinking about the part where I was coming to look for two women I didn't know. And you guys didn't even have anybody searching. Zilch. Zero. Zero Mendo. Nobody searching. None. Second day in. Nobody. Me. I don't know. I'm gonna let my brain think on it a while. That's where I'm at. I'm gonna let my brain think on it. If I do decide to go members only, you faithful people that you've been so faithful, you'll know everything I'm doing. But the rest of these some bitches, you won't know a damn thing. I'll do everything members only. Everything. The disrespect is, man, I'll tell you what. A lot of me was like, and this could be my daughter, this could be me, it could be my mom, it could be my aunt. This could have happened to my family. Hit my heart real hard. Here we are. That happened in March. We're in August, school's starting, and families acting a fool. I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of you are very unappreciative. And you want to make it about you. I'd like to know what your family dynamics were before this happened. Was it all about you before this too? Was you the center of attention before all this happened? I mean, this is sad. I'd be wanting to get the justice for my family. That should be your number one goal. You should be wanting to get justice for Veronica and Jillian. And I don't think, at least two of you, I don't think that's your goal. Your goal is to cause so much chaos, even amongst your own family, that you don't even give a shit. You just keep doing it. Tell me you got the OSBI's got you filming people. Get out of here. They got trained people to do that. And it sure the hell ain't you. I agree. Eagle and Stripes. So I didn't sleep again last night. Like, if I ain't handling one disaster with you guys, I'm handling another. And I am so fed up with it that, I mean, luckily I've got my family here. I mean, my mods are great. I'll still continue, and the subs are great. I'll still continue to include you, but I'll go full membership, and I'll do my lives that way. I'll still go live every night. Then guess what? You won't ever know anything till it happens. How about that? Grace Apes, I don't want to do better. This is what I'm dealing with. Like, if you only knew, I could just scream right now. Like, I could just scream. You ungrateful, selfish bitches. That's what you are. Ungrateful, selfish bitches. And that pisses me off. Because I can guarantee you, if this was my family, I would be so grateful that somebody was taking their time out to get justice for my family member. But now you guys, you want to make it all about you. There's a lot of paperwork to go through, Miss Kim. But the problem is, I really didn't think any of that paperwork has anything to do with what happened. And I still don't. I don't think any of that paperwork has to do with what happened on that Saturday. But there is history here. There's DCF history here. There's a lot of history here. And I'm a grandparent. And after reading some of it, I can never take another life, I'll tell you that. And I'm not going to make excuses for any damn body. But I'm telling you what, I would do a lot to protect my grandkids, and I would maybe load them up and take them out of the country on some of this shit. Some of this shit I'm reading, it just makes me sick to my stomach. And you can thank them two people for acting a fool and making me really dig and read all that nastiness that I've read, because it's nasty. And when I go members only, I'll show it to you guys. You will have a whole different opinion. You will still want justice for Veronica and Jillian all the way, 1,000%. But you would want to know what the dynamics were on one side of the family. What the hell was going on there and what is going on there. Because, whoosh. Listen, I don't care if you guys ever talk to me again. I would still get justice for Veronica and Jillian. But you know what? God saved Heath. God moved him far away from this. I don't know. There's a lot I want to say. I just don't want to. I don't want to say it out of anger, and I'm angry. I'm fucking pissed. This crazy bullshit, childish shit you guys got going on. Yeah, I'm pissed. I'm really pissed. By the way, the guy in Harvey County, he was found yesterday, and I had been following it, and he was safe with his dog, so that's a plus. Listen, I've worked more since March on this than I did 25 years as a state investigator on any case. That's how hard I put into this case. And for you not to give a shit and cause extra drama, man, so sad. Debbie Canada, I will let you know. Like I'm really teetering. I'm reading about it, seeing how I can set it up and how I can pay for it myself. Because I'm willing to pay for you to be the member. But I am not going to continue to do this bullshit with you people in the back. And what's sad is a lot of you are men and you're great guys and you got my back, but you got these crazy ass women that's got to be center of attention. Oh, God. So mad. And if you've read some of the shit I've read, oh, you guys would be pissed. I'll just tell you that. You'd be pissed. Anyway, Jillian was only doing her job. Simply a servant's heart. I agree. I agree. Me too. She was there to help, and she lost her life. Yeah. Then all the haters out there that want to hate on Wrangler, guess what? He's the only parent them two kids got left, and I am going to fight for him as hard as I can and help him be the best dad that he could ever be. I believe in second chances, and he's got a half brother or a half sister on the way any day now. Them kids do. They need to be with their dad. I believe he'll stay clean and I believe he'll stay sober. But that's my belief. Yes, listen, don't get me wrong. I want justice for Veronica just as much as I do Jillian. But as far as the chaos on that side of that family, it can just stay over there. This is crazy. I never seen such a mess. You know, Discord used to be mostly for gamers. It's not that way anymore. It's really not that way anymore. And I went into the new Discord a lot, and I see a lot of you have signed up, and it's really not that hard to learn once you learn it. It's actually really easy. It's just like we're talking here, but you get to talk back to me, and you get to put your input in. Anyway, I'm gonna keep looking into it. I really am. And WSU Kim Mom, you know I love the daylights out of you, and you got such a big ass heart. I'm trying to make it about them. It's these two people for sure that I know that's trying to make it about themselves. And go ahead and go get on TV and go do your stupid bullshit. I already told you. I already turned down A&E and I already turned down CW. And that's not including all the news media stations. Why? Because it's not about me. I'm about getting justice for Veronica and Julian. That's it. I was gone for 2 weeks almost. I think I'm catching up. These families are so off base. Only one family. Well, one of the ladies' family members. Jillian, the minister's wife, he had already taken a job in Nebraska. They were just waiting for their kids to get out of school. And he's already moved back to Nebraska and doing his minister there. So he's not here for all this craziness. Oh, the disrespect, girl, you don't even know. You don't even know. It is ugly. It is ugly. Not worth it at Rock, in my opinion. You've gone through too much to be disrespected and crapped on like this. I fully support whatever you decide, but I'd love to see you be able to be rid of them. Yeah. That's where I'm at. I mean, my God. Can't they just go away, mind their own business, do their own thing? No. I got 10:45 last night, whatever it is. It's on my. I'll just show you guys. Listen, I'm trying to be as transparent as I can be, so I just been throwing it up there on my Facebook or on my YouTube. Let me show you something. Let me get to my YouTube. This is the only way I know how to share stuff, so looky here. I typed it and then I did it members only. I was like, what? What is members only? And I started reading about members only. I was like, well, shit. I might just go members only, by golly. But anyway, they ain't sent me something. And it says, it has the time on there. Let me pull it up on my phone. You guys should be able to see the time. And I'm going to pull it up on my phone just so I can tell you exactly what time it was at. Going to my channel. Let's go to channel. Community page. This is bullshit I'm talking about. Yesterday, I'm going to read it from my phone, but this is what you got. In the pink, I wrote Aunt sent. Yesterday at 10:34 p.m. I'm going to read it exactly how it says. All I ask is badmouth me. That's fine. But please at least have respect to people enough to not have others send death threats. Really, bitch? Ain't nobody death threatening you. I got more important things to do, and that is to get justice for your niece. That's just against everything you claim to be for. I also never asked for sympathy. I was told to tell you things. That's how you knew. I'll tell you, no, bitch, again. I know a lot more shit you shared with me. I already knew. So don't be thinking you're all kinds of something. I already knew. So don't act like you gave me important information to help me keep going, because that's an absolute lie. I don't want the drama around anyone at all. But here you are. Here you are. You're not wanting the drama, but you're messaging me at 10:34 at night, telling me that I'm having people send death threats to you. Are you fucking kidding me? Get the fuck out of here. You took and made what you did. Congratulations. Okay. What does that mean? You took and made what you did. Congratulations. I don't even know what that means. You took and made what you did. Congratulations. I have no clue. Please leave me out of the death threats. No one ever deserves that. Enough already, damn. That's what she sent me. Why? Can anybody siphon out what the hell she wrote there? There ain't been no fucking death threats. Same person that says OSBI's got her filming everybody. Get the fuck out of here. Don't call me no more. Don't text me. Because you wish you hadn't. Anyway. Listen, the mods, everybody's great in here. You guys are all great. It's just this drama between this grandma and this aunt and their bullshit and their little fucking little friends. The little druggy friends. That's that. Yeah, I said it. I'm not gonna say your last name, Lori, but I know your record. And I know where you're on probation from. So bring it. Bring it. Your little message you sent me today. You're on probation in 2 different states, you dumb bitch. You're pretty mouthy for someone that seems to be a snitch. That's a pretty big drug charges. Almost reminds me of the Idaho 4. Some really big drug charges, and you sure did turn. I would call you an informant. That's what I'd call you. And this is a YouTube channel. This is just my opinion. My opinion is you're a snitch and you're an informant and you're a big mouth. And you think you're going to run around town telling everybody you're going to kick their ass. Well, bring it. And I'll be the first to tell you, I'll throw your ass right in jail. I'm so tired of it. I wasn't even going to go live today. And I'm going to tell you why. But then, you know what? People start getting snippy and start getting crazy because you start getting too close to the truth. Y'all don't like it, do you? Heavens to Betsy if the truth comes out. The full truth and nothing but the truth comes out. I think it will in trial. I think DCF will be happen to give up some reports, and some other judges and the other cases are going to be coming in. I think this is going to be a huge case. And in no way do I think anybody should have ever lost their lives at all. And I will fight for Veronica and I will fight for Jillian. I ain't putting up with the rest of y'all's bullshit. I can tell you that. Guarantee it. And then we got Michelle. Michelle, who can't keep her nose out of any goddamn thing. She needs to be committed somewhere. Go lock her ass up. Come in here mouthing off shit. Listen, we got 2 women we're trying to get justice for. Stay the fuck out. Go do your own thing. Go do your Idaho 4 thing. WSU Kim Mom, Rock. They are sweating their balls off. You're a tough cookie, but bright. You're close to a discovery that people want left in history. Listen, I already made that discovery. And it's gross. It's disgusting. And I don't know where DCF and the judge dropped the ball, but in my opinion, somebody dropped that damn ball. Somebody dropped that damn ball. And why didn't the judge follow up on some of this shit that I'm reading? I probably won't talk about it for a couple days, and I'm really gonna dig into it. I know that if I do members only, I can do lives, and I don't have to worry about any of these some bitches. This is the people who actually truly care and want to know what's going on in this case. Because they can't seem to keep their mouths shut. They can't seem to you're busted. That's the problem. You got busted. Listen, all you guys have been pretty much a pretty good supporter, like all you guys. I know I got family members in the back. I know I got family members that are very, very grateful. Like, very grateful. And very appreciative. I know I got people out there that wants Wrangler to fail. I'm the opposite. I want to help him. And I will help him. I'll do everything I can to help him. I believe his children needs him. I believe they needed their mom too. I believe the kids need both parents. But unfortunately, 5 people took that away. And maybe more. But I'm telling you, I'm warning you right now, do not call my phone again. Do not message my phone again. Okay. Yeah, all about buying a membership, but I have some pretty important financial priorities, ATM. Please say a prayer more for the kiddo than for me. Listen, it's not even about that. I can make it. Listen, I'm going to figure it out. Yes, Eagles and Stars and Stripes. I agree. There's a lot of people that don't do Discord. Girly Girl won't do Discord either. I'd rather do a members only. I'd rather do members only. Still do lives. You are not the only one that does not do Discord. So, I'm not forcing Discord on anybody. I get it. But listen, you guys have gone this far with me. I don't want to leave you hanging. I'll figure it out. I won't leave you up and dry. Okay? I'm not leaving. I'm not stopping. I'm not quitting. I'm just trying to find a way away from these two and their little drughead friends or whatever the hell they got going on there. Because honestly, I don't have time for it. And I don't want to waste my brain space on it. I am all for the justice in this case. Absolutely, 1,000%. Veronica was a beautiful person. I believe she was too. I wish I would have had the pleasure to meet Jillian. Me too. I didn't know either one of them. I think they both were wonderful women. I think they were both wonderful moms. But that don't mean they have a wonderful exterior family. And I'm not including everybody. So don't even get that twisted. But y'all got some messed up shit on your side of the family. I agree, WSU Mom Kim. You're on to something with all the shady shit that goes on around there. Oh, there's so much. If you guys only knew how much shady shit there is. There's a lot of shady shit. Listen, there's a lot that's came out too. I mean, there's a lot being filed. A lot of stuff still being filed. You've got Lori Coleman, Dad's mom, fighting to see her granddaughter. Well, I probably would have been on her side other than she pulled a gun on me in the middle of a street and I wouldn't do anything wrong. So She's not very stable. So I'd be the first one in that courtroom to say, I got a live video right here, and she's not stable to be able to see anybody. So I've said that before. If Cad's daughter's mom gets a hold of me, I'd be happy to come to court with you and tell the judge exactly what Miss Lori Sue Coleman did. And pull out that live video. And we are going to continue to support Wrangler. I don't see anything in any of the paperwork that has Wrangler doing or knowing anything about this. His drug of choice was alcohol. But he's in rehab. He's in rehab. That don't mean it's going to cure him. But I hope it makes him a better man. And I think it has. I really think it has. And I think he's excited to have all of his family together. And I think that's going to be up to the judge. And I think it'll happen. And I think Wrangler will be one hell of a dad. I really do. I think he's been one hell of a dad. He's just had his mom all up in his business or whatever's going on there. But my God, kind of seems like somebody had to be up in the business because seems like the other side of the family there, they all up in that business too. GMO Freckle Face, we know you've been here for the right reasons as well. Thanks for supporting Rock. We'll know who to add. Don't worry. Yeah. Listen, I'm not going to listen. Not only does the mods know who's been here, who's here for the right reasons and stuff. Listen, I know. I pay attention. Absolutely, WSU mom. The parent who is the perfect, who is perfect, please stand up. I'm still sitting. Me too. Me too. Yes, they're like boomerangs and keep coming back. Like, obviously they know I'm in the middle of a live, but they call anyway. Get the fuck out of here. Go watch football or something. What's on tonight? Go watch somebody else. I don't want you in my chat. I don't want anything to do with you. Buffalo Cow. WSU Mom Kim, I'm under the bed, laugh out loud. Listen, there's no parental handbook. We make mistakes, but it's crazy. Well, you know what, Pet Mom? Any other time I would tell you exactly what I did. I worked for the Department of Labor. I'll just leave it at that. How about that? My kid's dad was U.S. Marshal for 33 years. So I'll leave it at that. Pet Mom too. Where'd you come from? I still have my badge. That was part of the deal. I got to keep it. I mean, it's just hanging on my dresser over there. It says Department of Human Resources. Back in the day, it was called Department of Human Resources, not Department of Labor. So, any other time I'd tell you I'm just so tired of the drama, and I really don't even know who you are. So, I thank you for asking, but I can rest assure you that I know what my job was. Anyhow, we've been on here an hour and 35 minutes. So for the life of me, I cannot get a live under an hour. It just don't seem to work for me. Yeah. Go look on my community page, and I can show you where it came from her. It came from her phone number, everything. So we're investigating one of the most horrendous crimes that I know of, and trying to get justice for Veronica and Julian. And for 11, 12 days, I got maybe an hour's sleep. I just had oral surgery on my mouth, crawling in and out of ditches. And you're going to accuse me of having people threaten you with death threats? Get out of here. God, you make me sick. Yeah, oh, it just pisses me off so bad. No one is sending her death threats, just like she isn't an informant for OSBI. I agree, 1,000%. Titus to Jesus Girl. Working T, that absolutely no true blue member of the Rock Chalk Nation has sent any family member threats. We don't play date mess. We don't. Like when she sent that last night, I did respond. My response was, I'll tell you what my response was, because I did respond to her. I said, send me who sent death threats. No one should be threatening anyone at all. Please send me all the threatening threats that you have gotten, and I will turn them in. Which is what you should do. If you're truly getting death threats, you need to be having that proof, and you need to be turning that into the police department. Nobody should be getting death threats. I don't care how shitty of a person you are. Shouldn't be getting them. They're not coming from us. They're not coming from this group. You know, Prairie Sage, I was thinking the same thing. I have no clue, but if they think I'm going to go in to somebody I don't even know and explain to them what my job was, well, it's none of their business. And no offense to Pet Mom too, but you are new here. Absolutely, 1,000%. Anyway, let's get back to the good stuff. So, you're going to be safe at the fair because either parents are going to be with the kids or the kids ain't going to get to go. He first says, what the fuck would send her death threats? Just like all the other lies she has told us. Oh, boy, do we have the lies too. Oh my God. This is just plain old drunk texting. And it's something going on. It's definitely something going on. And I don't want no part of it. Yeah, I have not seen that person before ever. And that Lori girl, I don't know what she thinks she's trying to accomplish. She's being all on probation in 2 states and thinking she's a badass or something. I don't know. She has some pretty big drug charges, and like I said, I think she's an informant. With them drug charges, you should be in prison, lady. And you damn sure shouldn't be. You should not be Facebooking me. I can promise you that. I don't know who they are. And maybe they're here for a good way. Well, nobody gonna leave my rock alone. Christopher, you're so great. At Prairie Sage, I looked at her channel history and she's been in several chats before. Okay, sorry, Pet Mom, you just never asked me that, and now's not the time to ask me that, so I'll answer that. Listen, my mods are great. Every damn one of these mods. As a matter of fact, Christopher Hughes, I need to make you a mod because you've really had my back too. And I do appreciate it. Very much so. I appreciate it so much. I tell you guys all the time how much I do care for you guys. I've not been feeling good. But the rest of this stuff is really, really wearing down on me when my focus is on other things. I got more important things to be focusing on. And it's not what happened in your family dynamics 3 years ago. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if some of that stuff that I'm reading happened to my family dynamics I couldn't unalive somebody, but listen, I don't even know what I would do, so I'm going to just shut up with that. Hey, all rock mods and community, late getting on, watching from beginning to catch up. Well, you're just gonna listen to me talk about. Congratulations, Oklahoma might be getting the part of the Olympics there in 2028, and got two dumbasses as part of the family that, yeah, you just can't fix stupid. I agree. So when they don't get their way, they act out like little children, and now they're trying to say that people's giving them death threats. Well, I can tell you right now, that's not coming from me. It's not coming from this group. So it might be, listen, after reading your dynamics of your family, it's probably coming from your own damn family. Listen, I know a lot of families have messed up families. Like, I get it. But the more I read, the more I see, I do not understand how any of this has gotten to where it's at right now. Like how it even made it to that Saturday like that. Don't know. The musing that Jillian's family had on her celebration memory video at her service, one song very much touched my heart so deeply. Yes, probably her favorite song too. Yes, Nunya, you read it. Big ball dropped. A huge ball was dropped in this case. And that wasn't Wrangler's fault. And let me tell you, the aunt likes talking about it. So, I mean, I already had the paperwork, but she's even the one that sent me the damn paperwork. But I already had it. I have questions for the Granny 3.0 and the aunt. What the hell did you do to help make things better for the situation before the unaliving? That's the first question. That's a very good question, girly girl. Make up fake shit afterwards, that's for damn sure. Listen, I can't wait till trial. I cannot wait till trial. All the mayors and polls are doing great. Thanks to everyone. Nunyan dropped the ball. The balls, yes. Christopher, I'll never leave you out. I promise you, I will not leave you out. You've been good to me. Besides that, listen, everything got approved. So now I just got to get that bus. Move that bus. I'm going to need you. I need you. You're in that area. I'm going right to Yucatan, right where I'm going to get my ass kicked. That's right where I'm going. A couple days before court. That's where I'm going to be hanging out, is in Yucatan. I understand there is no races at the racetrack, though. They don't do races at that racetrack no more. See, I don't just talk the shit. I'm going to walk the walk. There is no races that goes on at the racetrack, but there is still that campsite there. So, and yes, I agree. Spot on, girly girl. It's called The Commission by Kane. It's beautifully reflected her personality in the face I taught. You know, I'm going to stop right here for just a minute. I'm pretty loud. I speak what I think. And I mean what I speak. And I don't like drama. And some might say, well, you don't like drama, but here you are in the drama. Because you brought me in the drama. Brought me in the drama. But just for a minute. Just for a minute. Think back to Easter. How many people were out searching? How many people were live all the time? many people was spending all their own damn money to make sure they could stay there? Miss out on a lot of shit. Put up with this? I don't think so. You done got me messed up. And I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it for Veronica and Jillian. That's who I'm doing it for. And the families that actually give a shit. Those family members who give a shit, I'm sorry that you have some messed up family members. I will continue to help Wrangler. Absolutely. I will continue to help Wrangler. And I will continue to keep this group. And this is not, listen, I know this is not the first time there's been unalivings there, and I know it's not the last. So I might as well take up residence right there in Hugoton. I might as well just buy me a house there, eh? Maybe I need to move in down there. I'm definitely not scared. Like, listen, if I didn't have doctor's appointments and shit I was taking care of, I'd be there right now, hanging out. Right there, hanging out right now. It's okay, Ricochet. I won't leave YouTube. What I'm saying is, I'll still do some lives just to fuck with them. How about that? But I'll do member lives. And that's where we'll get down to the nit and gritty of stuff that I'm finding out. And then they won't even know. They won't even know. I won't walk away. You guys don't have to worry about that. Will not walk away. Justice will be served. I will continue to be me. I've never walked away from nothing, and I don't plan on starting now. And girly girl, I know that. I know that. That's why I'm talking about making it members only. I know. Listen, I won't leave anybody hanging. I don't care if it takes every damn bit of my money to pay for members or whatever we got to do. You know, what I really wished is that somebody, maybe dad, steps up and says, hey, listen, you stupid asses. On the other side, shut the fuck up. Let these people get justice for our daughter. I will not leave anybody behind. Listen, I do too. I think every family has messed up stuff. I agree. Some stuff messed up more than others, though. I'm gonna ask my attorney friend. I'm gonna ask. Because if you read what I read, you wouldn't be very happy. I'll just say that. There's a lot to this case that I didn't know there was so much to this case. Nobody should have lost their lives at all. But I'm just going to shut up right there. There's more to this case. And I'm a grandparent. So to tell you that what I read didn't hit me in the gut and twist the knife through there, you're wrong. It's very, very, very girly girl. I'll send it to you. Y'all can pull the paperwork. It's not good. Seems like they are trying to distract so you don't find whatever you're close to. Well, I found something really, really big. So, to those in here that got to read it, they know it's huge. It's huge. Very huge. And it don't even involve the 5. It don't even involve the 5. This is something that should have been taken care of years ago. Somebody dropped the ball. In this case, it's so messed up. Innocent people lost their lives. Yes, they did. Veronica was doing her shop, trying to get custody back of her kids, doing her thing. I got a fly in here, and it just keeps landing on me. Wrangler's just a kid. He's 26. And personally, I think he deserves our benefit of the doubt. Me too. And I want to see anywhere in the paperwork where it says there was a trial run. If you got that, I want to see it. Where is it in the paperwork other than Granny said it? The other Granny, Grandma Deb, said it. Show me anywhere where there's a police report that they drove around that town in Hugoton and tried to get her out of the house. I want to see it. So I ain't found a police report on it. Otitis, I don't really know. Prednisone is a painkiller. Have heaps of smart water. Maybe you're a little dehydrated. Listen, I talk about smart water all the time. Smart water is the best you can get. Sam's has their own brand, and it is exactly as same as the smart water. But man, smart water is the best. It's like putting an IV in you, but with lots of electrolytes. Nighthawk, me too, at Rock, sitting. Listen, I ain't always been the perfect parent either. Never got into drugs, per se. Smoked some weed, but yes, I can block them on my phone, and I will block them on my phone. I block all the time and don't explain or make excuses. You're right. Because I'm not changing my number. I've had this phone number over 30 years. My kids know my phone number by heart. You know, let me tell you what. I don't even know my kids' phone number. You know why? Because I have contacts. And I just go into my contacts. But I can tell you my phone number growing up, my landline. I can tell you my grandparents' landline. And I can tell you the Kmart South's phone number because I worked there. But I can't even tell you my kids' phone number without looking up their name. Sometimes I don't like to block people because I like to know what's coming, but when you purposely call in the middle of a live, yeah, you're a piece of shit. Listen, Ricochet, I don't want to make more victims out of this, but I'm just going to say, man, I'm reading some really sad, gross, horrid stuff. And it makes me sick. Rock, I ordered your dad's book off Amazon. We'll be here tomorrow. So excited to read it. It's actually my grandfather's, but yes, you will enjoy it. Does anyone have Rock's burner number? I want to tell her something after the live. Yes, they keep sending it. Wait a minute, what is this? What is this red shit at? What is that? What is going on at the top here? What is this? Okay, I don't understand. What is this? Rock chocolate. Where is this money coming from? What in the fuck is going on here? Okay, listen. I don't know what is going on. And where this money, like I know Prairie Sage did it, I know Jamie did it, but I don't understand how it's doing it. Like, how is it letting you do that? I'm so confused. I don't understand how it's letting you do that. Let me pull my phone out. Because I have been messing in YouTube today. I've been messing in YouTube today, trying to figure out how to go members only. But is it giving you options to send money? Listen, I'm not here for the money. Like, thank you so very much, but I don't understand how it's letting you do that. Now I'm real damn confused. And I didn't even see it click us. Okay, so now what? And so now it's got a $sign at the bottom, super stickers, and super chats. I don't know. Thank you. It will go to good things, but please, I don't even know how that is letting you do that. I don't understand how it's letting you do that. That makes no sense to me. And I've obviously did something, because I've been in there trying to figure out how to do members only. So crazy. It's okay. Yeah, here's the burner phone. There's the burner phone number. And listen, I think that phone bill's due. Last month it overwhelmed me so much that I just, it's that pay as you go type of shit. That I was so exhausted from that phone that I didn't pay. So make sure you do hit me up, Deb, and I'll make sure you get my personal number. Okay. Now I got to go in and try to read this damn YouTube stuff. Yeah, don't even have to mention the threats online. Just turn them in and let them deal with the consequences. Exactly, Ricochet. That's another thing I would like to know. Why did she feel the need to message me? Why didn't she just, if she's an informant or whatever she is, why didn't she just call OSBI? Like, why would you send me that text message? And you can best believe I turned that in myself. I turned it into my own police department myself. Life is too important. I could not like you. I could really just, you could be the least favorite person in the world to me. I wouldn't wish death on you, let alone threaten you with something like that. So that's just crazy. WSU Kim Mom. If there's anyone in this chat or in the back that means harm to Rock, I would rethink it. She doesn't stand alone. Harm a hair on her head. Threaten again, you will be received and delivered. Try me. Listen, Kim, I agree. I'm not scared. Listen, I'll take it all on. The point is we're trying to get justice for two women whose life was taken far too soon. And again, Jamie and Prairie Sage, you're the best, and thank you for donating. I don't know how you were able to donate it. Now I got to figure out how I get that donation, and we'll make sure it goes to a good place. But I had to have did something today when I was trying to check at members and owner. Listen, I'd rather these people just go away and let us continue to do our thing. Okay? People, I too believe that we're getting too close to stuff that it's making them nervous and it's making them uncomfortable. So they got to cause chaos. Because why else? If somebody was giving somebody my time and their energy and trying to get justice for my daughter, my niece, my sister, my mom, I'd stay the hell out of their way and let them get that justice. So I don't understand really what's going on here and why it's going on. Christopher Hughes, I needed to hear your voice before night was over. Thank you. Tomorrow I pray you have a peaceful day and only happy content. Listen, I don't like having bad content. Like, I want to be able to come on here and say, listen, we're going to trial. They're all looking at the death penalty. This is what's happened, but this is just not going that way. And, you know, then you got the audio that was 6 days in that never got turned over to the police. And obviously they knew where these bodies were. I spent another 7 days out there, morning to night. Sometimes I didn't get home till 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, got back up at 6. So, and listen, there's a couple people I stayed with, and they'll tell you that. They'll tell you, Rock was never here. Why? Because I was out. I was out trying to get information, digging up stuff. Ricky, yes, it is not too much to ask that callers not call during live or normal sleeping time. Block Rock C might miss a call that has details. Man, there's so many details in some of this. Word, WSU Mom Kim, we will protect each other. Man, you guys are so great. That was a nice sentiment, Christopher Hughes. Yes, absolutely. If I could get somebody over here to kill this fly right now, though, because I got the fly swatter. The minute I get the fly swatter, it goes crazy. Patron explode. Love you guys. Listen, I love all you guys, too. I'm just, if you can't tell, I'm not worn out. I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off because, man, listen, I'll tell you this. There's a lot of families out there that have missing loved ones that call me. I get a lot, but I'm vested in this case. But I can assure you that they would be happy to have all the help they could get. And if you really think that I'm a bad person and that this case would be that it wouldn't have got pushed to the side, I think you're wrong. I think that putting the pressure on is what helps. I really do. And that's not to toot my own horn. It's everybody on here. You guys were all in the lives. Tell me, go here, go there. Give me advice. But if I wouldn't have been there to do that, where would this case be right now? I don't know. Anyway, I'll get a good sleep, and I'll have another thought about it. I'll get my second win. I've been falling for a while. I'm just not very vocal. That's okay, Fat Mom. You're good. Listen, with all this drama, though, we're not going to go into what my old job was, but I was a state investigator for the state of Kansas. Ricochet. But I wouldn't think of calling during a live unless there was some emergency. Not that I can think of any, but still, yeah, I agree. It's just, I pissed them off and they don't like it. So why are they so pissed off? Yes, I can block them. You're right. But you know what? The sad thing is they just go on the computer and they just get. I'll tell you right now, I'm not changing my phone number for anybody. For anybody. Saying she's receiving death threats is a way to be center of attention. Yeah. Why does she want to be center of attention? Be the pity party. She says in there, I never asked for sympathy, but here she is telling me to quit telling people to call death threats. Like, none of it makes sense at all. Makes no sense to me. So yeah, I'm in a shitty mood today. And I will leave nobody behind. I know that you guys, I know every one of you are as invested as I am in this case. And then your little druggy friends that wants to hit me up on Facebook. You know that stuff never goes anywhere. You realize that, right? And you realize when you send a message and then you retract it, it's still there? God, you're dumb. Okay, Rock has an army behind her. Come for her, and you get all of us. That's damn straight. If I got threats, I wouldn't mention online until after I reported it to the authorities. She sent me a message like she should. I hope she made a police report. Because I sure did. Make comments is great. Yes, we know some shit sit in the back and it's great, folks, but not all sitting in the back to see if they can gain info for Lauren. Yeah. And then to come up with that lie. What was that? Tiffany wasn't even at that ball game. I know exactly who filmed that video. It wasn't Tiffany. Not that I would stick up for her in any kind of way. You don't need to go back to the beginning. You're good. I also wish that I could have known both women in life. I would have considered it an honor to know both of them. I agree. And listen, a lot of the people here knew both of them, or at least one of them. I got a new friend. I got this damn fly. Must came through the doggy door, and the doggy door is a long ways away from this room. Titus to Jesus. This is the Rock Chalk Nation family. You mess with any of us, then you get all of us. We protect each other. Listen, I can't thank you guys enough for standing up for me. You shouldn't even have to stand up for me when I'm doing something that is right. You shouldn't have to stand up for me when I'm doing the right thing. I'm trying to get justice for Julian and Veronica. I'm not doing anything wrong. Might have came across some bad LE, on a Brady list. Been federally indicted, grand jury indicted. Might be some problems there. I'd show you a picture of my stepdaughter. She had the sleeve done. Oh my gosh. She lost all the weight. She's kept it off. She looks really good. I'm sorry you've gained that weight back, but hopefully you can lose it back. This damn fly is about to drive me insane. Okay. Hi, Lollipop. I agree, Debbie. I might have missed something. I hope not. Christopher Hughes. That's why I played that yesterday. The dramas went down with Grandma Deb and this aunt. I was like, okay, let's go back. I'm going to play the Celebration of Lives. We're going to start over. Let's just start over and get back to reality. And let's get justice for these two women. 10:35. I get a message to have people quit sending death threats, and she never asked for sympathy. And seriously, yeah. Okay, so where we're deferred, we're at the paperwork I'm talking about. Mic drop moment in the case too when I read it. So yeah, there is more. It's not necessarily Veronica and Wrangler's case, but you know how Granny said she was trying to protect the grandkids and stuff. There is another case out there, and it is open to the public to look at. And I'm telling you, I have a whole different perspective on that, and why a judge didn't make people follow orders, and why things are going the way they are. Listen, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Didn't have the surgery yet, and don't want to. If I can help it, gonna front load some fluids. Yeah, I don't know what all that is. Great question, girly girl. You are beautiful. I agree. That's right. Well, we're down to 5 now. You know, if this would have went through, it'd have been the 1. Now I've got 5. I can't make a decision on. But my husband does have Thursday and Friday off, and they called today and said they would be calling back for the electric signature, and then what they would do is direct deposit it into our bank, and then we just go buy what we want. So that's where we're at. Kiwi fruit, thank you for listening in the background. I'm not a doctor, so I'm skipping over the med ones. Oh, girly go, you crack me up because I already know you. But you would have to get to them before I did, so I don't know. I think we could take on a few of them, to be honest. I want to go, Rock. We'll see who's going to get an ass whipping. Girl, you're one of my best friends for a reason. We think alike. Nighthawk at Rock. You sure are 100% real. And real facts, I've tried to be real, and I've tried to be as factual with you guys as I can be. This thing that I'm done reading, I didn't think twice about it until all this drama started. And I decided to go and pull it all. And I really listen. I think News Nation, I think they all should go back and pull all the damn case. Every bit of it. And what has led us up to that Saturday. Again, no life should have ever been taken. That is absolutely wrong. And I am totally against that completely. But I'm telling you, if you read some of these court papers, it definitely would be a mic drop for you. Of course we back you. My friend Rockless. There you go. Well, what's the problem with Gmail? Well, listen, this is the way. It's not the right way. But there seems to be some family dynamics that happen. And I'm not going to go into detail. But I might. I might on another day. I don't have it in me today. I'm still regrouping from reading it. But there were some family dynamics that happened. And it's in the paperwork. And it was proven. And some of the family members, parents, not Veronica or Wrangler or Tiffany, was supposed to take care of a problem, and they didn't proceed with that, and they didn't follow the judge's orders, and they didn't follow the counsel. There's a lot that did not follow through. And now that I've read that, I have a whole different outlook on it, that's for sure. Again, I will never, ever, ever think that anyone should lose their life. But should their kids be taken away? There's some out there now that needs to have their kids taken away, if you ask me. That ball was dropped. I'm still trying to see if there was any more paperwork filed after that, because it don't seem to be. And I don't know how. So, thank the aunt. Thank the aunt. That's what I got to say. Thank the aunt. Thank you, aunt, for bringing it to my attention and really making me dig on it. And you're the one that sent it to me, even though I already had it. It was in stack file, paperwork. I don't know if you just love to cause drama, but you made a shitstorm. And my feelings about getting justice for Veronica and Jillian is still absolutely 1000% the same as it always was. But there's a few of you I don't like no more. And this could have been stopped. This could have been stopped. I'm not going to tell you to what ends of the earth I would go to protect my grandkids, but the way I see it, it does, but I'm trying to figure it out how I could just do it. Like, let me think about it for a couple of days. This is something that I was just looking at today. And obviously, when I was digging into it, I did something here. And very appreciative. Like, Prairie Sage and Jamie, you know that money will go straight to the CW fund or whatever we decide as a group that it goes to. It won't go in Rock's pocket. I can promise you that. Never will it go in Rock's pocket. Anyway, guys, hopefully one night we can sit down and not have any drama. I never want to cost people money. That's where I'm at with that. So, if I could just do a members only. So many of you are like me. You never even thought of YouTube. I didn't until the Idaho 4. And man, every day I looked to see if there was anything new. And I know you do that in this case. Or I could go over to Rumble or something like that. But I'm not going to do that to you. Like, I'm going to make it still accessible for you. I will figure it out. I promise you, I will figure it out. More control of stupid people coming in here. Start crap when Rock is serious. Yeah. It gets old. Hey, Dillhole. Yeah, they can be as low as 99 cents a month. That's true. But I don't want to cost you guys anything. Like, seriously. I don't want to cost you a dime. But I do want to continue with this case, but I don't want to continue with the drama. The case will go on. Listen, I'm better boots on the ground than I am anything else, so. Wasn't that previous attempt mentioned as part of CW's info? No. No. That came from Grandma Deb. And I don't know where the paperwork is on that. And then I was told that that never happened. So it's her word against somebody else's word unless somebody's got paperwork on it that I don't have. So if you have paperwork on it, other than it saying that she said it, I want to see if you got a police report on it, because surely that would have been reported to the police, right? There's not a police report on it. Doesn't have cameras in the courtroom, but I'm sure outlets will file requests. You know, that courtroom's so small, they need to move it to Oklahoma City. Oklahoma is a state that is really open about the open records report, more open than any other state I've ever seen. I do like that part. That's why, again, that's why I believe they don't wear body cameras. I miss the blue light specials. I miss Kmart. Plus, it was right down the street. Thank you, Jamie. I've said that 1,000 times. Oh my God. And very safe. How about time and temperature number from back in the day? What? How about time and temperature number from back in? So I'm lost somewhere there. Sorry. Sorry, Lynn. You lost me there. I don't know. I don't even know what that means. Well, I love all you guys. I'm trying to get to the bottom. I have a fag for everyone. So if you don't know the fag joke, we have gay friends and we love them. But in Australia, a cigarette is called a fag. And like to say the word fuck is like your everyday language. Fuck a duck. It's not like me growing up, like my dad would never have approved of any man saying that word around a woman. Like that was the wrong word to say. Wait, what's Rock's granddad's book? It's Kansas Lawman. You can find it on Amazon. Let's see here. I find a lot of people are keyboard warriors and they feel they can say anything to anyone. Well, Grandma Deb sent that threat to the aunt, and the aunt sent the threat to me. That if I came to Hugoton, I was going to get my ass whipped. So I could prove that it came from Deb, and I could prove that it came from the aunt. So no, I don't actually. Do you know anything about the lady that was supposed to go be with Veronica instead of Julian? I don't. The only thing I know is what you guys know, is that Grandma Tiffany, or Granny Tiffany, whatever you want to call the lady, she told her to take a couple of weeks off. She wasn't going to need her. That's all I know. I don't even know how many times Jillian had did that exchange with Veronica. Ricochet. Oh, Rock, I didn't mean investigate info research. I meant people having a spat with others and just keep looking at the posts and replying. Yeah, I get it. Love it. Love it loud. Ride or die, you're right, Jamie. You guys are great. It's only showing red on my phone, not the TV. That's weird, isn't it? I saw the red. I thought, what the hell? What did I do wrong? And I still don't know what I did wrong. I was over there messing in YouTube Studio today. Because listen, I am not going to go to bed every night in a bad mood. I'll just tell you that. This case is tough enough. It's hard enough. It's tough enough.
Did my beauty sleep?
Okay, love you.
Love you too.
If you was going to get that beauty sleep, you should have started that a long time ago. Just saying. He said he was going to get beauty sleep. Yeah, I don't know how the dollar sign ended up there, though. I was trying to get it to where we could do members only. And I didn't have to mess with all the craziness that I keep having to mess with. But listen, you don't have to send nothing. Just being here and wanting justice for Jillian and Veronica. That's it. Be here in the chat. Run these other assholes off. You need to go focus on something else. My phone number was 50410. Mine was 524-6247. 524-6247. Rock Talk True Crime. I don't know how either. Just say thank you and accept it. I know it's weird. Yes, thank you. Listen, both them ladies are wonderful people. Everybody in here is wonderful people, but listen, Rock's not down for the money. Rock's not down in here trying to make money. Yeah, I don't understand why it's doing that. Like, again, I was in YouTube Studio. Believe it or not, the replay. Okay, I got my very first strike on YouTube, and I'm not monetized. Get that. And I'm not monetized. You know what the strike was? The strike was for 3 songs that is in Veronica's Celebration of Life. It gave me a strike for it. And I had to go in, I had to watch some video. It said I could dispute it. The songs are in there. But it said I could dispute it, so I had to actually watch. That's how it started. I got a strike for playing the Celebration of Lives again because of the songs that's in Veronica's. And anyway, I had to do a what's it called? I can't even think tonight. When you own that content or whatever. Oh, I can't even think. Girly girl, what I helped you with was our thing. Copyright. Copyright. I got a copyright strike. I had to take a class today in YouTube. I didn't think when you're not monetized, you don't have to take a class in YouTube. That's what started this whole mess today. And then I saw members, and I was like, oh, well, maybe I'll just do members only, and the hell with the people in the back and everybody else and all this crap that I have to put up with. I don't know. I know Wednesday, I'm off Wednesday. Listen, I got something I got to do every Wednesday, so there is an email. If you go to my main page, there's an email and a phone number. Both there. Just go to my main page. There's the phone number, but there is an email too. If you just go to my main page, it's there. Listen, I'm going to show you right now, okay? So to be very easy, we just pick anything. Hey, we'll just go here. See where it says retired state investigator and more? Go down here from the more. Stampfly. There's the phone number. Oh, is the email not on there? Message that phone number and I'll send you, because I have 2 emails. Message that phone number and I'll send you the actual email that I actually even use and go to. But oh, here it is, All Purpose Wine. Email me at All Purpose Wine right here. Can I copy that? Copy. Boy, you're going to really make Rock think here. Can I do it? There you go. Ta-da! Let me get down here and I'll put it at the very top. Oh, I'm way, way, way far behind. Okay. There it is. Yes, I will send it to you. Nighthawk, I just can't do 5 things at once right now. All Purpose Wine, yeah. Actually, believe it or not, you know, help me come up. I don't even drink wine. With All Purpose Wine, upstate New York. Upstate New York helped me come up with All Purpose Wine. I thought it was good too. If I knew, I don't know if I can do this real quick. I'm gonna try. Got this fly. I got this fly. This fly is all over me. And I did shower, so I don't know what the deal is, but it's liking me today. I think it was 84 here today. Nighthawk, okay. Let's see if I can do this while it's still here. Okay, Nighthawk, I sent it in. Oh, God, I hope I didn't mess this up. I sent it in Discord to you. Yeah. Rock, mine is in trademark. No, this was copyright. Yeah, this was copyright. It was a copyright strike. And I was like, are you serious? I played the, and I'll play it again. Watch, I'll play it again, but it was a copyright strike from the Celebration of Life. What is the case at Rock Chalk True Crime? This case. The case. Are you talking about what case? I'm confused. Talking about the case that's connected to this case? Oh, absolutely. It don't come out if I don't got the receipts. I am all about receipts. But hell, you saw the receipt. You know what I'm talking about. Those in Discord, they saw it. They know what I'm talking about. I can promise you, I don't just go around making up bad shit about people, ever. Ever. I wouldn't want that done to me, and I wouldn't do that to somebody. Tell you what, hit me up an email and I'll make sure that you get exactly what you're asking for. It will make your head spin. And it has to do with this case, kind of. I don't know. I think it'll come out in court. I don't know how it cannot come out in court. So I asked if it would be televised because that is the only way I could see it. I am disabled and not able to really travel much. Listen, I'm able to travel and I'm not going in that courthouse. Not while it's in Guyman. I don't think they I don't think they're taking it serious. I hope these people don't escape. Like, I got a lot of concerns. There's so many concerns I got about Guyman that I don't want to go in that courthouse. First said, Jeff, it could have been stopped if certain family members would have done their part. So heartbreaking and infuriating. Oh, God, I know. Please tell me, Prairie Sage, you did not read it, though. Anyway, guys, there's a lot more to it. Girly Girl, I'm going to send that to you. Actually, let's see here real quick. Goodness, why? Listen, do I smell like shit today? What? What the hell? I got this one fly, and I finally found a fly swatter. I'm gonna send Girly Girl something really quick though. She's got to see this. And Girly Girl, then you'll know. I know you know anyway. But wait till you see this. And then you're gonna freak out. You're gonna say, what in the Sam hell is going on around here? How did this happen? How did this happen? Let me get to it. Okay. More forward. Girly Girl, I'm going to send this to you right now. Tell me if you get it. You get the whole thing. I'll be happy to send it to anybody else that wants it. It's coming from the Kansas Department of Children and Family Prevention and Protection Services. Status finished. I'll just tell you that. So it did come from the Kansas Department of Children and Families. Case findings, abuse, neglect case. It's gotta be. Okay, let's see here. Somehow I went too far back. What protection? This is that's it. You ever had a lot just on your plate at once and you're trying so hard? And you're trying so hard for the right outcomes? But let me say this. Yeah, fuck a duck. Let me say this. If it wouldn't have been for the drama that these two ladies brought up, I personally would not have read what I've read now. I wouldn't have dug into it. And it was sent to me by the aunt. Even though I already had the paperwork, I'd asked for it a while back. So now I've asked for more. But what I'm reading is totally disgusting, and I'll just say I'm a grandma. So, and what was playing at the movie theater too, you could call and see what's playing, what the time and temperature. Oh, okay, gotcha. I got what you're saying now. Rebecca, I don't know. I think I've stumbled onto something and they don't like it. Oh, they were called fags here too? We had a time and temp number here until, yeah, we had one too, now that I think about it. You're right. Damn. Start beating myself with this damn fly swatter. Why can't people just concentrate on the case? Exactly. But listen, what I've stumbled upon affects this case. It really does. In no way, shape, or form should the outcome have been the way it was. I am totally against that. But again, somebody's not doing their job out there, in my opinion. Would have never got this far. You're off to bed early. Well, I'm glad you stopped in, Amy. We should have short for Discord and say hi, Amy Conway. Yes. And listen, ladies, we will find you out in the Discord too, and I will throw you out of there so damn quick it ain't even funny. Don't even come trying. Don't come a knocking, because we ain't an opening to those who are out to cause trouble. Yeah, you know, I don't understand. The media should have been there. They can't stop the media from being right there. And you know why they're doing that? They're doing that because I was able, listen, I found so many holes in their security, it's crazy. But why News Nation didn't show up last time, and then they sent the girl from Channel 10 all the way to that damn 100-year-old furniture store on the court date. Like, I haven't watched Channel 10 since. Like, Channel 10, not Cake here. Channel 10 there in Texas. They really screwed up. They lost a lot of viewers over that. Yeah, I got the haters, that's for sure. Got the haters coming. And sad thing is it's family members that's hating. So, what nerve have what have I come across that's got you hating so bad? Maybe you should explain that to everybody. Thing says expired, FYI. It does? Hold on. I've been redoing. Let's see here. It shouldn't be expired. I decided to redo Discord, so that should take you right there. That should take you right to it. So, hope I fixed it, Lynn. I'm new to it in I am new to it in Temesco. Now, if you're not paying attention to the case, and you don't have any concern about what happens to Veronica and Jillian, don't go to Discord. Okay? Please. We discussed the case in there. It's really not just a place to hang out. So if you really don't know about this case and you don't know what's going on, please do not even join that Discord. Don't waste the time of the others in there that's in there for a reason. Look how long it took me down here. Yes, Scout, you was right. Get to the copyright. Listen, good thing this girl ain't a drinker, because I'd probably be drinking right now. Girly girl, let me know if you got what I sent you. And read a little bit of it. Let me know tell me if you're shitting back asswards like I am right now. I know, Ann. I know. I don't understand it. It did happen though. I had to watch a video. I had to answer like 8 questions. I had to watch another video. I had to answer another 8 questions. And the strike will stay on there for 90 days since I took this class. And anyway, I didn't think that happened if you was not monetized, but it did. And listen, I get strikes all the time. And it always says don't affect your channel, but this one did affect the channel. What do you mean you didn't receive it? Wait a minute. I sent it to your cell phone. Let me try it again. Oh, it says not delivered. You're right, it said not delivered. It did say not delivered. Crap. Does that mean it's too big? It is too big. Okay, hold on. Hold up. Wait a minute. I'm going to do it this way. I want you to get a good glance at this real quick before I get offline. Okay, now I know you got it. It's too big of a file to send. I emailed you, Rock. I hope you got it. I'm sure I did. Listen, no one will be left behind except the haters. I will leave you behind. I don't want you. I don't want the drama. I don't want the bullshit. Let me get justice for Veronica and Jillian, and you never ever even have to talk to me, see me, and nothing ever again. How about that? Fair? I think that sounds pretty fair. Does it say a phone call request, right? I got you. I'm returning with my Debbie Canada. It's my personal number. I just returned with my personal number. Yes, it works. Actually, a couple of you emailed it. Sorry. And here I am making you guys sit here and wait, and it's getting late. My husband went to bed. He has viewed to sleep. He should have started a long time ago. Okay. Yes, there needs to be news this time. I'm trying to get a media badge and also trying to get a media person to go with me. Somebody that's really good. Like really, really good. I will be going over to the Discord as soon as this live is over, because I do see there's a couple people in there. I got several mods that will also come in there and help anybody out with that. Okay, so with that said, every one of you are great people, except the ones that's out there just trying to cause drama. I'll regroup. If I end up doing the members thing, I won't leave anybody behind. I promise you that. What I won't do is continue to be bickering with family members or any of this other garbage. I don't have time for it. And it's not good for my health either. Ruth Ann, hello, Rock. I haven't been in here for a while. It's been absolutely horrible. And like everybody in the chat wants justice for Julian and Veronica. And you have to take care of your health. I agree, Ruth Ann. I will. I just got to get rid of the stupidity. That's it. The local ones are News Channel 10 in is it Amarillo? Amarillo would be the local, and then KSN out of Wichita covered it. But you can always go up into YouTube and do a search and just do Kansas Moms, and it'll bring up all the channels. But the best one that I thought was best, was for was Amarillo, but they screwed us last time. They sent our girl down to the furniture store instead of to Guyman. Google help. I'm working from Canada and not familiar with that area. Welcoming any help from anyone. Thanks in advance. Yeah. You just YouTube it. 2 Kansas Missing Moms. It'll all be on there. Put 2 Kansas Missing Moms and it'll have all kinds of stuff on there for you. Okay, guys. Be good to one another. Be good to yourself. Treat everybody the way you want to be treated. Sometimes that's hard to do because there's some people I don't want to treat very good right now. But I'll regroup. It don't help that I haven't been feeling good, and it don't help that I cannot get alive under an hour. Like, ugh. So, girly girl, you've read it. I see it. You've read it. You're a grandma. Can you see where this could have been stopped? Have you got that far into it? Because I know you're having to read fast. Yeah, I love you too, girly girl. That's some messed up shit right there, isn't it? Yeah. See why I'm saying that this could have been handled a whole different way? Wait till you get to the end. And you see what directions from the judge wasn't followed. This could have been stopped. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, guys, I love you guys. I'll try to go live for you tomorrow night. Just know that Wednesday I am not going to be live. And tomorrow night I am not bitching about a damn thing. And I'm going to look more into what I did when I took that class today in YouTube. And anyway, what went on there? Hello, Buffalo Gal. I feel so bad for Rock. Don't feel bad for me. Please don't feel bad for me. I'll get through it. Listen, I'm one tough cookie. I might get down. I might get knocked down, but I get up again. Believe me. I'd be lying to you if I said I hadn't got knocked down. Ain't nothing gonna bring me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. And I got 99 problems, and the bitch ain't one. Yeah, it sucks, Roseanne. It does suck, but please don't feel sorry for me. I'm doing this out of my heart. So, and that overrides anything that they could even say or do. So, it's bad. It is bad. Lollipop, I'm telling you, it's bad. It's bad. Girly girl, Lollipop asked you, oh my girly girl, I have to read it too. It's bad, right? Yes. Much love to y'all. I will slip into that Discord and make sure things are going good. I know a couple of the mods will come in. And listen, everybody's very friendly. Listen, they're a lot more friendly than me right now, to be honest with you. You're welcome, Lollipop. You're welcome, everybody. I'm going to make one quick phone call, and it's going to be quick. Girly girl, I'm fixing to hang up and call you right now. And then I'll be into the Discord. Much love to you guys. And I'll see you tomorrow. Rock Chalk, we have all said this, but thank you so very much for all you are doing. I've done a search for Kansas TV News, so I'll just start there. This collector's item, if you wait till tomorrow, listen, let me just put 10. Look for Newstown 10, Amarillo. I don't even know if I'm spelling it right. Texas. That is the closest one. Or KSN News 3, Wichita. But I found News Channel 10 out of Amarillo to be the best. Hope that helps you out, love. But you can always do a search. 2 Kansas moms. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks for listening to me. Thanks for putting up with my shit. I'm not the easiest to put up with. We all know that. But my heart's in the right place. Much love. Good night to all.